The National Collegiate Paintball Championships are brought to you by Empire. Win, no excuses, and die the choice of champions. 15 of the finest college paintball teams in the country have come to Lakeland, Florida to find out who's the best. After battling it out, 2 teams have emerged from the trenches. Stay tuned. The 2012 National Collegiate Paintball Championships are coming at you next on Fox College Sports. All right, we are here, beautiful Central Florida Paintball in Lakeland, Florida, here for the NCPA College Paintball Championships. I am Matty Marshall, lucky enough to be joined by Chris Lasoya and Todd Martinez, legends in the game. Now, 2 teams remain. Cal State Long Beach 49ers going to be taking on the University of Nebraska-Omaha Mavericks. Now, Chris, break down how did Cal State get here?
Well, Cal State pretty much ran over everybody on the way here. You know, to get to the finals, though, they beat up the University of Maryland 8-2, which is kind of a good game for them. But they also ran over Liberty, which is undefeated this season in the regular season, 8-5. So it was a close game, but they still came on the top. A little side note is Chris Tregarthen, one of their impact players, has hurt his left pinky, so it kind of makes it a little difficult for him to play. He's still a great player, but I still think it's going to hinder their snake side a little bit. I want to see how this is going to flag out in the end.
Absolutely, and they have a gigantic task in front of them with the University of Nebraska-Omaha. Now, Todd, how did these guys get here?
University of Nebraska-Omaha has definitely been the talk of this tournament. They have been running over teams all the way through the prelims, got to the quarterfinal matchup against University of Connecticut Husky, who was very confident going into that game, got absolutely run over by University of Nebraska at Omaha. And then the first hiccup of the tournament really for them that slowed any kind of their momentum was their last game in the semifinals against FAU, where they played some really long, slow, drawn-out points. Nebraska didn't even score a point in the first half, but then came back and scored 4 points to beat them 2-0 to send them to the finals.
All right, so those are the teams. Well, we have the 4th member of our broadcast team, Laura McKeeman, and she has the star player from each one of those teams. She's going to be breaking it down. Laura, what's going on?
Thank you, Maddie. And yes, let's start with Cal State Long Beach. Of course, you guys mentioned it. Chris Tregarthen, their snake player, a little dinged up with his hand. I still expect him to be aggressive along that snake side of the field because he's got to put it all into this match, try to win it for his team. And then on the other side of the field, their Dorito player, Corey Bornstein, who's been dominant throughout this tournament, very aggressive on that Dorito side. Then for Nebraska at Omaha, we have Brian Bortle, who has absolutely been dominant. He continues to go down the center of the field and have success there, although he is a snake player professionally. So expect to see him in both of those spots. And then Zach Sherman, also for Nebraska at Omaha. He's the guy in the pit, keeping everybody calm, getting the strategy out there, and he plays every position on the field, so you're not going to even know where to expect him. Maddie?
All right, Laura, thank you for the breakdown. That's it. The stage is set. 2 teams remain. We're going to head to a break, but as soon as we come back, first half action coming at you. Don't go anywhere. All right, welcome back. NCPA Paintball Championships on Fox College Sports. I'm Matty Marshall, and I am joined up here for the first half by Chris Lasoya. All right, so paintball, the rules. It's a very fundamentally simple game. Takes a minute to learn, lifetime to master. There's a flag in the center of the field. You need to grab that flag and hang it on the opposing flag station. There's 5 players on both teams, 10-minute halves. So 20 minutes of regulation play. Highest point total at the end of regulation is the victor. There is a sudden death overtime. Now, if you get hit with a paintball and it breaks on your body, you are eliminated. If it hits you and it bounces, you're still in. Now, if you get hit and it breaks and you continue to play, then you get a minor penalty, which is signified by a yellow flag being thrown in the air by the referee, and that is a 1 minute of game time penalty. If you get hit, continue to play and wipe it off, that's a 2-minute major penalty, and you're going to be spending 2 minutes in the box. Those are the basic rules of paintball. That leads into the actual layout of the field. The layout of the field is very important for the strategy of the game of paintball. Paintball is a game of strategic skill. So what you want to do is you have 3 sections of the field. You have the back bunkers. Those are signified by the blue zone. You have the mid bunkers. Those are signified by the yellow zone. Then you have that oh-so-important 50-yard line that is signified by the red bunkers, the red zone. So at the beginning of the game, those 5 players will break out, and they will most likely go to the bunkers in the blue zone. They're the safest, they're the farthest away from the opponents, but then they're going to try to move aggressively up the field into the yellow zone, and then try to eventually get into the red zone, because in paintball, most of your kills are going to come from shooting angles across the field, and the only way to get in better position is to move up the field. All right, let's take a look at the starting lineups for today's game. All right, so the starting lineup for the 49ers, the Cal State Long Beach 49ers, we have Corey Bornstein, Brian Moy, Corey Bream, Jordan Sy, and the one and only Christopher Tregarthen, who has played awesome on the snake side of the field. Now, on the flip side, for the University of Nebraska-Omaha, the starting lineup is Zachary Sherman, Patrick Wingfield, Brian Bortle, Justin Pike, and Phil Conk. And I'll tell you what, Chris, both of these lineups have some superstars on their squads, man. Break it down for me.
You know they do. Cal State Long Beach, superstar team. I mean, they have a really deep roster regardless of what their starting lineup is. So even if one of those guys doesn't perform, they have backups to perform for them. You know, they've been strong throughout this whole tournament. They're coming out strong in this game. They were really looking forward to it. I was talking to some of the players earlier, and they're really looking. They wanted to play these guys. They look forward to this game.
Yeah, and right now you're looking at Long Beach. They're ready to go. And these guys, man, they are very psyched up and stoked for this game. Chris Tregarthen had them running laps around this field this morning, and then they beat Liberty in a really close matchup. And I'll give Chris Tregarthen props for even still playing at this event, as it looks like he has broken his hand, and he's still been just dominating on the snake side. But you're looking at Brian Bortle on your screen right now in that red beanie, and he has been all over the field, especially in the center and on the snake side. You're also looking at Phil Conk. He has done a great job as well on this snake side of the field for the University of Nebraska at Omaha. And the Mavericks are ready to roll here. So let's go. This is going to be the start. You're looking at Omaha on the top part of your screen and Long Beach on the bottom part. And the breakout is really clean for both of us. Oh, it looks like Pike getting shot for Omaha, Chris, off that Dorito side of the field, and that's rare for him.
Yeah, you know, they were looking to shoot that shot and landing him out on the break. You know, that's a good shot for them. Oh, another guy going down for Nebraska right there. Both on the Dorito side, so that whole Dorito side is open right now, man.
Yeah, that whole side, so both players both teams are losing players, and there's moves being made over here on the snake side as Chris Tregarthen able to get into snake 1. It's 4-on-3 right now, and here comes Tregarthen past the 50-yard line and into the red zone. Remember, that red zone is very important. Paintball is a game of angles. You need to get up the field in order to exaggerate those angles and spread the field and get those cross-field shots, Chris.
And like you said, spreading the field. Right now, the University of Long Beach, they're actually in a position to get out to that Dorito side. That's what they need to do to start helping Chris Tregarthen out right here.
Yeah, they definitely need to get on that Dorito side and spread the guns, because everyone is shooting at Chris now. I mean, look at this. You have 3 guns all on Chris Tregarthen here. Right now, you're looking at Tregarthen in the snake, and he is loading his gun, their bottom left-hand portion of your screen in that red zone. And then you can see the players for Omaha, the Wild, the Mavericks, and they are all just gunned up right now, Chris, trying to get out Tregarthen here in the snake.
You know, and like you said, Matty, they were all looking this way. You're looking at Long Beach right now, but the whole team from Nebraska was looking towards Chris Tregarthen. That gave the opportunity for Long Beach to get out to the Dorito side, which they're in right now.
All right, so no score on the board thus far. And the advantage is definitely in Long Beach's favor right now, as Chris Tregarthen, who all tournament long has been getting into the snake and doing damage, and he is now putting Omaha in a really bad spot.
Actually, I just saw Brian Bortle get shot in the pack by Chris Tregarthen. Refs did not see that shot. It was a very small spot to paint. You know it has to be his quarter size or bigger to come out, so I don't think it was quite that big, Matty.
Yeah, I don't think it was big enough, you know, and that's the paintball, again, very simple game. You just oh, and look at this. Brian Bortle, the superstar for Omaha, getting shot out of his bunker as he just could not get small enough, because look at this top left-hand portion of your screen in the yellow zone, and Long Beach has been able to aggressively push up on that Dorito side of the field.
Well, like you said, Matty, everybody's kind of paying attention to Chris Tregarthen. That gave the opportunity for Long Beach to get up the Dorito side of the field and pinch out Brian Bortle.
Yeah, Brian Bortle just could not get small enough in that bunker, and now Long Beach making moves to the 50-yard line. Dorito on the top portion of your screen right underneath the scoreboard, and the full court press is coming here for Long Beach. As you see, their other two players are stacked up in that yellow zone. It looks like they want to move, Chris.
You know, they do, but the problem is, you know, they want to get up the field, but they don't want to get too aggressive on Long Beach's side, because a team like Nebraska will chop you up coming in. However, they're not keeping the cross very well, Matty. One thing that you were very, very good at in your age.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, that's how you come back. If you're in this place where Omaha is right now, I mean, they're just not able to do that. They're getting shot out of the bunkers, and Long Beach is just doing a phenomenal job of working those angles right now. And here comes the hammer is about to be dropped on the last remaining player, and it's Phil Conk in the back corner, and he is going to get bunkered. So look at that, Jordan Tsai able to handle business for Long Beach State, and the Long Beach State 49ers, wow, they are just... Cal State Long Beach is looking good right now. Look at that first point, really long point, Chris.
You know, actually, they got a huge fan base across the street over there in the stands. You know, I think they're getting some good coaching over there. But, you know, not taking anything from anybody. They have great plays right now. Jordan Tsai has been playing extremely well this tournament. Chris Tregarthen, you know, coming down the snake, people don't realize it's his left hand that's kind of hurt and broken. So coming down this right-handed side is going to help him.
Oh, absolutely. All right. We have the fourth member of our broadcast team, Laura McKeeman. She is down on the sidelines. Laura, what you got for us?
Thanks, Maddie. And yes, in the Cal State Long Beach pitches now, they're trying to keep it calm. They're a very passionate bunch. And when they came off after winning that point, very excited. They told me their strategy with Brian Bortle, shoot him off the break. It's simple, but it's something that not a lot of teams have had success with against Bortle this tournament.
Yeah, Laura, that's a really good point, actually. And trying to shoot Brian Bortle off the break is definitely going to help out Long Beach, because Bortle has been so dominant and he's been able to stay alive off the break. Now, if you think about it, that's a really basic concept. Each team has 5 players, okay? They play with 5 players. So if you lose one body off the break, you are losing 20% of your firepower right off the start of that point. And so you really want to keep that from happening as much as possible. And you notice the quicker points are going to happen when more players get shot off the break. Now, if you have 5-on-5 at the beginning of the point, well, you're probably in for a longer match. The NCPA College Paintball Championships here on Fox College Sports, and you are about to watch the start of the second point. The score is Long Beach 1, Omaha nothing. And look at this huge aggressive breakout up the center of the field for Long Beach. And immediately it looks like Omaha loses a body, but so does Long Beach State. No. And it looks like a completely disastrous point here for the University of Nebraska, Omaha, and they only have 2 bodies left alive, Chris.
You know, actually only one right now, Matty. Going up the center, he was doing work last game, Matty. Getting up the field. Here comes the pain right now, Matt.
Yeah, here comes Chris Tregarthen sharking down the field, and he passes into Nebraska's yellow zone, and it's just one player left alive in the back corner, and again, it's Phil Conk, and he is going to get, luckily.
Oh, there goes a major
penalty. I cannot believe, I don't know what Phil Conk was thinking when that was just completely uncharacteristic from the players from this team. You know what I think it might have been? Chris, what happened was that Tregarthen gunned up on him like he was going to shoot him, just basically let him know, hey, kid, I could have destroyed you if I wanted to, but I let you off the hook. But yeah, let's actually, if we could get down there, get a replay and take a look at this. So here's what happens. One player left alive, it's Phil, and it looks like he is already tapping out at that point, and it looks like, Phil might have just been like, hey, he might have been, I can't tell because I wasn't down here, but maybe they might know each other. Maybe he was like, hey, bud, it's all cool, Yeah. I'm not really sure. It's tough to tell.
I don't really know either, Matty.
Maybe Laura can get that information for us, but hey, first we're going to head to a commercial break, so we will be right back after these messages. Do not go anywhere.
We've just done a lot to make the loader smaller, lighter, tighter, simpler, more reliable, more consistent, just a better product in almost every single way. It is the lightest 4-speed loader of its type on the market. It's also now, with this smaller body profile, the smallest 4-speed loader on the market. Everything's taken care of automatically by the sensors in the loader. Put it on your gun and play paintball.
All right, welcome back here, NCPA Paintball Championships here on Fox College Sports. The score, Long Beach State 1 and Nebraska-Omaha 0 with 5 minutes and 29 seconds left to play here in the first half. And I'll tell you what, Chris, that was a very interesting point.
Yeah, you know, we got a shot of Karen Bortle, actually. You know, it's that was, I don't know, I'm not sure exactly what the call was, Matty, but I mean, I'm sure we'll get clarification a little later. They're going to play 5-on-4 right now.
Yeah, God, it was so crazy. Laura, it looks like Laura has some information from that last point, hopefully, because it was crazy. I want to know what happened. Laura?
Guys, that was definitely crazy. And Phil Conk of Nebraska-Omaha came off very frustrated by what happened. He said that a Cal State Long Beach player put their gun in his mat. He swatted the gun away. The ref then came over and said that Phil made physical contact with him. Guys, we'll try to get more on this. Back to you.
Yeah, you know, it kind of looked like that on the replay, and that's actually what Chris Lasoy up here was telling me. So right now it's 4-on-4 here. Long Beach up 2-0, and now actually it's 3-on-4. It's Chris Tregarthen. A little bit of controversy surrounding him in that last point, and now he is going to get shot early here and see if Omaha can actually get on the board. And it looks like Brian Bortle is doing well over here on the snake side of the field. He's going to get all the way to the 50-yard line. And he is backed up by Zach Sherman. It looks like Phil is still in the box. So Brian Bortle on the bottom left-hand portion of your screen, and the referee is just right over the top of him right there.
You know what it seems like they're going to do, Matt, is they're going to grind this major penalty down for themselves. You know, get back 5-on-5 this next game. They might possibly win this point as well.
Well, they definitely need to ground that penalty. And again, you have the minor and the major penalties. Major penalties are 2 minutes, and that was the type of penalty that we just saw from that physical contact. And it looks like Long Beach is going to concede the point. And if you feel like you are going to lose that particular point, you can touch the buzzer and thus concede the point and save time on the clock. It's very important as far as the strategy is concerned to do that.
Yeah, especially when you're down by 2 points to 0. They came back, actually, they were a man down, came down, scrubbed back a point, which is very, very important, especially when they're 4-on-5 situation.
Yeah, absolutely. So now Omaha getting on the board. Long Beach State 2, Nebraska-Omaha 1. Now we're headed down on the field with Laura to check out some new exciting products from Empire. All right, Laura, what do you got?
Here with Todd Martinez from Infamous Paintball. In case you didn't know, it's right there on his shirt. We're going to talk about some great new gear. Let's start with the Super Freak. This thing has improved accuracy. Tell me what else it does for you.
Yes, Laura, this is actually the newest. You know, I'm lucky enough to be on Infamous and, you know, be sponsored and get like all the new hot stuff. So I'm here to give a little preview. What I have here, first of all, is the Super Freak, the new barrel kit from Empire Paintball. What we have here, besides this snazzy, stylish case, is a complete barrel kit that will satisfy all of your needs. It comes with like an original freak back with 5 inserts from 675 to 695 and 3 tips. You get your standard 14-inch aluminum tip. You also get a super light spiral-ported carbon fiber tip and a 17-inch Apex barrel tip, so you can bend those shots if you like to shoot around corners and stuff like that. Retailing for $199.99.
Now let's talk about this mask here. I'm going to put it on. Very comfortable.
Yes.
And I tell you what, new foam, I mean, these things don't fog up. Give me the latest on this.
Well, what we have here is the best of both worlds from Event and JT. We have the standard classic Event quick release lenses, as well as, you know, the new JT Pro Flex bottom, all mixed into one now with the new Empire E-Flex. You have the flexible rubber skirt, you know, with improved breathability, and it's flexible, so you get those nice bouncers off your face piece. You have thick, durable, hypoallergenic foam, a silicone bead across the back of the strap to make sure that you keep it extra tight. Your goggles don't come flying off your head. Probably the best goggle you can get on the market. Also will be available very soon for $109 at all your Empire local dealer retailers.
Hey, I feel like I could take a lot of paintballs off the face right now. Thank you, Todd. Let's go back up to you guys.
All right, cool. Thanks, Laura. That's a good look for you. So on the top of your screen, it's Nebraska-Omaha, bottom Long Beach, and Long Beach is, you're looking at Long Beach on your screen. Look at that. This is what I was talking about, Chris. All the way up into that center there on the left-hand portion of your screen, and you can see the back line of Nebraska-Omaha. There's Bortle, and he is rolling his gun, trying to get a shot. You can see Bortle. He's in the farthest blue bunker on the right-hand portion of your screen. So Bortle's playing a lot more conservatively here in the finals than he did in the rest of this tournament.
Well, I just think he wants to get his guy out of the box, so they're back 5 strong. You know, Long Beach lost a player, so this is going to be 4-on-5 for a second. I mean, 4-on-4, but he's going to come out of the box in a second, Matty.
Yeah, you know what, though? They're still, Nebraska is still doubling up that back center. Okay, Zach Sherman digging out into the backfield, blue zone on the snake side of the field. And he makes a little bit of room for his player who's going to try to get out of that penalty box in just a few seconds. He's got a penalty box, and he looks like he makes it out clean. So Phil Conk able to make it out of the penalty box. And let's see, with 4 bodies alive, if they're able to tie it up here, if Omaha can tie it up. And right now they're looking at 3-on-4 as far as the body count is concerned. Nebraska-Omaha with 4. Long Beach with 3 players left alive.
You know, but Long Beach is a good spot. Chris Tregarth up in the yellow zone, in the snake. He's going to go up the snake, too, here pretty soon. You can see right there, he's just locking down that Dorito side of the field, Matty.
Yeah, and Chris Tregarth, and you can see, and this is what he's looking at right now. And then all the way back here on to Long Beach's side of the field, that's Chris Tregarth, who's been a standout star for the team, along with Corey Bornstein. And it looks like Corey is in Dorito 1 on the opposite side of the field. Now you're looking at Chris Tregarth, and he's trying to get a shot on the back center bunker in that blue zone for Omaha, and then now Chris makes a very crisp move, but Bortle also counters it with a move of his own, and I don't think Chris saw it. Oh, now he picked him up for sure. You saw Bortle just engage with Tregarth and Chris.
That's a great move right there by Brian Bortle. He knows he has to get a better angle because he knows Chris Tregarth can shoot across the field. Brian Bortle right there in the center of your screen has a good shot on Chris. Can probably contain him for a little bit, Matty.
Yeah, that's what he's doing right now. You can see he's just gunned up in that yellow zone of the field. He's gunned up on Tregarth, who's in the red zone for Long Beach. And this is it's going to be an interesting point. We see the top portion of your screen. There was a move made by Omaha. Oh, and Bortle gets shot out, so not looking good. Bortle definitely, and then Tregarth feasts on another player as Omaha trying to get out on the Dorito side. He gets eaten alive, and then he gets a third kill. So it's been all Chris Tregarth, and at this point so far, only 1 player left alive for the Mavericks. And just in that, it's still that back corner bunker, man, and there's nothing he's going to be able to do back there as he's going to get run down again. So they concede the point, and with just a minute and 28 seconds left to play here in the first half, Long Beach State University 49ers are going to be going up 3-1. So here we go with just 6 seconds to go before the start of this next point, and we have seen some long points here in this first half. Minute and 30 left on the clock. So on the breakout, Omaha at the top portion of your screen, and now you're looking at Long Beach. And it's 4-on-5 advantage, Omaha.
You know, I think...
Yeah, look at this. Tregarthen wants to fight, and now, oh, look at this. Big move by Brian Bortle all the way into the yellow zone, right by the red zone, and he guns up on the Dorito side of the field.
You know, like we talked about before, they're down to 2 players. I think they're content trying to, control the field. 1 minute left in this half. What do you do, Matty?
Well, Bortle finally getting some kills over there on the Dorito side. What you need to do is speed this up. And here comes Brian Bortle. He tries to get across, and he makes that mistake going against Tregarthen, man. And Tregarthen chops up Bortle with 45 seconds left to go. It's 2-on-1 right now. Long Beach, now it's a 1-on-1 because Tregarthen gets shot. So let's see if, I think it's Zach Sherman left alive for Omaha, and he does not pick up the Long Beach player. Now the Long Beach player misses him. Oh, so it was a 1-on-1, but Long Beach ends up winning the 1-on-1, and with 26 seconds left, they're definitely going to have enough time to hang that flag.
No, actually, he doesn't realize that the flag was pulled.
Yeah, and
Brian Bortle took the flag halfway down the field. He doesn't actually know that. So they might not get this point, Matty.
Well, yeah, exactly. And Bornstein is not going to have enough time. Well, he might. 10, 8. It's going to be really close. I don't think he's going to be able to make it back.
I think he'll make it. Just close it out, Matty.
So just with 1 second left, he goes to sleep on the fact that Bortle had grabbed the flag and taken it past the 50-yard line and onto Long Beach's side of the field. So, and we just watched it right there. But hey, as far as one of the best players on the team, Bornstein's one of them.
Hey, you got to make it interesting, Matty. I mean, and that was about as interesting as it gets. I knew that was going to happen when I saw Brian Bortle. That big can actually blocked it out. He couldn't see it.
Yeah, let's check out that replay here. And you're looking at this. That's Bornstein. As he grabs it, Corey Bornstein digging, looking at the clock, realizes he's going to have to run as fast as he possibly can, and then able to make it just at the last second. So the score is going to be 4-1 as we head into halftime. And just this surprising turn of events, even though we knew if any team at this event was going to give Nebraska-Omaha a run for their money, it was going to be Long Beach State.
Yeah, you definitely talked about it, Matty, earlier. That 3-point spread is huge right now. So let's see what happens in the second half.
All right, let's check in with Laura down on the sidelines. Laura, what you got for us?
Guys, Nebraska of Omaha not happy with their play so far, obviously. They say they don't want to play stupid. They want to try to stop dying early because that's been one of the keys to Long Beach's success. Guys?
Absolutely, Laura. Okay, so we have a whole second half of action. We're going to throw 10 more minutes back on the clock for the second half. But the score at the end of the first is Long Beach State 4, Nebraska-Omaha 1. I'm Matty Marshall with Chris Sore. We got Todd Martinez coming up here, and you stick around.
Just think, somewhere, some poor kid is playing a video game.
We are back here, beautiful Lakeland, Florida, for the NCPA Paintball Championship on Fox College Sports. I'm Matty Marshall. I am up here with Todd Martinez, and the score 4-1 in favor of Long Beach State. Todd, break down what you saw that first half.
Well, I had a really good view of the first half down here, and honestly, Long Beach State is just doing a really, really good job of shooting players on the break. They've seen how the University of Nebraska-Omaha has been playing, shooting really good lanes on the break, so they're going hard into their spots, not risking bodies, and also still really playing aggressively. I think this is the first time that Nebraska-Omaha has had a team really come at them, and it's really showed that, that this is an aggressive game and this is the way it needs to be played. And, University of Nebraska-Omaha just really lost a big one by losing Phil Kank out there. So that definitely hurt them a little bit, but I got to give it to Long Beach State for the way that they came out and played aggressively.
And absolutely, Todd. And Long Beach State, they have fought long and hard for a couple years now to try to put themselves in a position where they could win a championship here in Florida. And, man, I'll tell you what they are doing is they're doing exactly to University of Nebraska-Omaha, to them, what Nebraska-Omaha had been doing to everyone else this entire event.
Well, they're virtually running the same plays. They're just going really hard, and maybe they just want it a little bit more. But, I mean, there you see again, Cy all the way up to the X, or the A, in that box behind it, and just locking off that Dorito side. I am a big fan of this play. He just needs to be there and keep pounding that side and keep Pike and Wingfield and Sherman at bay on that side of that field as he does get one body. Once again, Long Beach State creating the numerical advantage right off the break.
Yeah, so nice job as Long Beach State is able to make that happen. And I'll tell you what, they have a really good field position right now in that center of that field, right-hand portion of your screen, and they're rolling their guns to the Dorito side. And now Nebraska-Omaha trying to fill the spots, and that's Jordan Sy there up in the center.
Long Beach loses the player off the Dorito side, but quickly filled from the corner up back into that Dorito 1 in the yellow section.
Man, Jordan is just back and forth, right side, left side. Now he's going on the right side. It looks like he wants to launch. There, look at that right-hand portion of your screen. You can see him just creeping out from around that side of that bunker. And Bortle there for Omaha on the left-hand portion of your screen in the yellow zone. Looks like he's going to try to get to the snake, but I don't know. Oh, look at this. Players are dropping for Long Beach State.
Tris Tregarthen dies. So does Cy. Cy maybe should have stayed at that box or go through. He kind of half committed, tried to tuck underneath the A and shoot underneath it, but I mean, he had the opportunity to go through the middle, maybe come to the vicious side of the field, didn't take it, but they lost two bodies in a huge swing now. 4-2, 4-on-2 is Omaha, Nebraska over Long Beach in this game. Long Beach in that Dorito 1 and the first Temple on the snake side.
And you're looking at on your screen in that yellow zone that we talked about earlier, you had Brian Bortle, and looks like another player for Omaha, and he finally gets to all the way to the 50-yard line in snake.
Richards, I believe, is that player from Omaha that just came in. And Moy gets shot, leaving just one Long Beach player left on that Dorito side of the field. He's going to come off, so University of Nebraska-Omaha able to go back, recollect at halftime, and come back out and put a point on the board to narrow that deficit to 2 points.
Yeah, so nice job by Bortle and crew, able to, get back on the board here and take the momentum. Paintball is very much a game of momentum. It's such a mental chess match. It's basically chess with guns. I've said this many times before, and it definitely bears repeating because this game is won from the neck up. And you have to try to steal that momentum when another team is trying to exert their will onto you. All right, Laura's down on the field checking out some of the new cool products from Dye. Laura, what you got?
I'm here with Billy Wing, sales representative for Dye. We're going to talk about some Dye products, the latest and the greatest. Talk to me, first of all, about what I'm wearing here, this jersey.
All right, so you got our 2012 C12 Dye jersey on. And, we put a lot of effort into the jerseys. It's one of those pieces of equipment that a lot of people kind of forget about being so important. It's the first line of defense for getting hurt on the paintball field. So it's a real slick nylon, so it's abrasion resistant. It's going to hold up. You watch these guys out here today playing a lot of diving, a lot of sliding, and that's really important. The other thing that's kind of unique and new to our jerseys are on the sides. If you lift up your arm in the side panels, you got a little extra padding along here to really help protect the soft spot on your side from when someone comes around the corner and catches you off guard.
You do see a lot of guys that aren't wearing jerseys like this with the welt on their sides. That seems to be a sensitive area, so good stuff. Talk to me about this gun. What do we have going on here? This thing looks pretty sleek and impressive.
Yeah, this is our 2012 DM series marker. The marker itself is, it's a new revision every year. We always want to stay up on top of the latest technology and the best modifications that we can and keep our players as competitive as possible. This year, because the gun is so accurate and quiet and efficient on air, we really went kind of a little after the user friendliness. On this marker, it's a completely toolless system. The bolt just slides right out for service and maintenance. In addition to that, the grips for servicing, programming the battery, no tools are needed there. It pops right off. And on top of the marker, we got our rotor. It's super durable, super reliable, and again, it's really user-friendly. It comes apart, no tools. You can service it in a matter of seconds, minutes. Keeps you on the field playing and, without problems.
All right. Well, we all know that user-friendly helps a lot because it is crazy in the pit. Thanks so much, Billy. Let's go back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Flora. God, you're swimming in that jersey. All right, so here, Lakeland, Florida, NCPA Paintball Championships on Fox College Sports. Start of this important point as we have ourselves a 2-point matchup. The score is 4-2, still in favor of Long Beach. You're looking at Long Beach on your screen right now, kind of stuck in that center of the field, trying to get out on that Dorito side. And now you're looking at Nebraska-Omaha. And they have a good cross-field spread, but they're all in those back bunkers, so conservative breakout for both teams, Todd.
Yeah, this is the first time we've seen this from Long Beach. Not a big fan of the spot that they're in. Corey Bornstein, though, shooting. They have two players actually locking off that Dorito side of the field, but Tregarthen makes the big move and spreads the field for Long Beach, gets into the snake one. Brian Bortle does the same, bumps across to the yellow can. But Tregarthen gets a shot on Pike, I believe, who was in that small cake in the blue section of the field for Omaha. And Brian Bortle takes one in the side. He's walking off. Long Beach now with the bodies. Tregarthen looking to come across to the 50.
Yeah, so Tregarthen trying to get to that 50. You can look at the body language over the top of that bunker. You can see that he's trying to get that angle and see if anyone's shooting at him so he can aggressively move up. And he definitely now he's backing up off the back of that bunker, trying to get the shot you're looking at right now on your screen. There's really not a lot of aggression for Omaha on the Dorito side of the field, Todd, and I think that's because Long Beach is just so aggressive up the center in the snake right now.
Well, Long Beach has the bodies. They got shoots up in that A. He's locking off both sides of the field. You got to push into bodies. If you're Omaha, you are down points. If Long Beach was smart, they would play it really slow and not let Omaha know that they're, kind of slow playing it and forcing them to come to them. Because Omaha's either going to have to come or blow the whistle to get the bodies.
Yeah.
5.5 minutes, still a long time in a 2-point ball game.
Yeah, but time is really going to start to play a factor, kind of like you were talking about, because with 5 minutes and 33 seconds left, 2 points need to be scored by the University of Nebraska-Omaha Mavericks in order to just tie this up and force it to go to sudden death overtime. Long Beach is slow playing this point. Even though they're in those spots, they're slow playing this point because they're trying to take off all the time they possibly can off that clock.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see when they finally realize if they want to try going. Big one right there, body out of the 50 Dorito for Long Beach. So now 4-on-3. Good shot, I believe, by Wingfield to shoot out that 50 Dorito. Oh, a bouncer off the shoulder of the snake corner player, Richards.
Yeah, and when you
Nebraska.
get to this level of play, Todd, you've been here so many times yourself. It's so tense. All of these gunfights are important. You're watching these guys. They're locked into these really tight gunfights. Look how tight they're playing out of these bunkers. Even though they're really far up the field and time is of the essence right now, they're trying to play as smart as they possibly can because every single kill counts at this point.
Yeah, every kill counts. The difference between getting back in this game and letting it go, to a 5-3 is going to be huge for Omaha, Nebraska, now almost to 4 minutes.
All right, Todd, if you're in this position and you were Nebraska, what would you be doing right now?
If I was Nebraska, I would try and get Zach Sherman to help me push into that Dorito side a little bit, go at Corey Bornstein. But, here comes Zach across to the snake side.
Oh, and he gets blown to pieces by Chris Tregarthen. And so does the other player on the opposite side. I think that was Pike, and he gets shot, and that's going to do it as Richards gets shot as well. So it's not looking good for Nebraska right now.
No, and they're going to want to blow that buzzer as soon as possible.
Yeah, so as these teams go back to the pitch to reset, the score is 5-2 in favor of Long Beach. We'll be right back after these messages.
We've just done a lot to make the loader smaller, lighter, tighter, simpler, more reliable, more consistent, Just a better product in almost every single way. It is the lightest 4-speed loader of its type on the market. It's also now, with this smaller body profile, the smallest 4-speed loader on the market. Everything's taken care of automatically by the sensors in the loader. Put it on your gun, play paintball.
Welcome back to Lakeland, Florida, and the National College Paintball Final.
And there goes Brian Bortle up to the A, playing that spot, a great spot for him. First time we've seen him really up in the middle.
Yeah, and it's interesting because he got there, piece of cake. You know, he was able to glide in there, no problem. Oh, look at this major penalty on Long Beach. Now, this is going to make things really interesting as Brian Bortle and Zach Sherman are up in the center of the field, and Sherman is going to grab that flag. There's only 2 players left alive, and they are stuck in the center for Long Beach. It's Tregarthen and Moy left alive for Long Beach, and here comes Sherman. Sherman is going to launch as Moy gets taken out. The referee gets and pulls him out, and here comes Phil stepping up. Phil Conk on the snake side of the field, and they hang a quick one.
Yeah, Phil Conk came down. I think he saw Tregarthen in his crosshairs, ran down, put a couple in his back just for good measure, along with that flag hang. So 3 minutes left to go, and we're back to a 2-point spread here.
Yeah, so that was a very good point for the Mavericks. You know, Omaha, they really needed to score a quick one, and not only did they do that, but they took the advantage of that major penalty. So that was a major penalty. So they should be starting with the player. Long Beach should be starting with the player in the box. So we are now heading down to the field to hear from Laura McKeeman. Laura, what you got for us?
Guys, you said if you were Cal State Long Beach's coach, you'd be a little frustrated by that penalty, and I'm sure he is, but it doesn't show in the pit. They really are trying to keep things methodical, try not to get too out of whack in there, because they understand there's still some paintball to be played here. They want to make sure they can go out there as strong as possible, even if they are down a player. Guys?
Yeah, the tough thing is, you know, with that penalty, they're going to have to play the majority of this. Well, I wouldn't say the majority, but they're going to have to play a little bit of time here with that body in the penalty box down the power play. And again, you're looking at a situation. There's only 5 players for each team allowed on the field at once. So if you have a penalty, a guy in the box, you're losing 20% of your firepower, and that's definitely going to hurt him.
Yeah, Laura made me remember that quote was, "Don't mess with the game or the game will mess with you." You know, stick to the plan. You know, do your job. Come out and play the way that you're supposed to play. And there goes Bornstein all the way out to the corner, gets shot. Brian Bortle shoots him on the break and is in the A in attack mode immediately.
Yeah, and Bortle trying to score another quick one all the way into the red zone right off the break, and he was able to get that shot on the run. So great shot by Brian Bortle on Corey Bornstein trying to get out. So Bornstein's going to have to walk back to the pits and clean up. And Long Beach still stuck with 2 guys in that back center as you're looking at Zach Sherman on your screen right now. And he's rolling his gun, trying to pinch out those players. And here comes Bortle. Now switches sides. He's on the right side of the A, and he's going to launch. He launches all the way down the field and on the run, able to take out the last player for the Long Beach 49ers, Todd. And what a great point by Omaha.
Yeah, Brian Bortle taking this game by the reins right now. 2 straight points all the way up to that A, and just controlling the Dorito side of the field. Corey Bornstein got on his hustle, got out there pretty quick, but couldn't escape those paintballs. Opened the door wide open for Brian Bortle to start rapping on that A.
Yeah, you look at Brian Bortle taking his mask off, heading in there. Let's check out this replay. Best play of the game so far. And let's see here. And there's Zach Sherman. And then, well, Brian Bortle. So, yeah, Zach Sherman had launched later. Brian Bortle was the one that ran through. We just kind of missed it a little bit. But, yeah, nice job is the quickest point of the game. Zach Sherman able to hang that flag. And there it is. Brian Bortle stepping up, putting the team on his back in running up to the center 50-yard line structure. And on the break, on a dead sprint, able to shoot Bornstein as he runs out to that corner. Awesome job by Brian Bortle. Right, now what you might not realize is that here at the paintball finals, in addition to the collegiate athletes that compete here, the high school competitors aspiring to make it to the next level travel from across the country to compete here in Lakeland in their own tournament. Now Laura was able to catch up with some of these guys earlier. Let's check it out.
Here with Alex from Pinckney High School, all the way from Michigan down here in Florida. Yes, and Alex, you're a sophomore, so you've been in high school a little while, but you are playing high school paintball. What is this experience like, and what have you enjoyed about this tournament so far?
It's a lot of fun, you know, going down to Florida, 20-hour drive with your best buds. A lot of fun just playing, shooting what you love.
Okay, what have you learned so far about your game playing in high school, and what do you hope that will do to improve your game into college?
Well, you know, we got a coach right here from, he was an old coach that played pro. Doug's running the die tent right now. He's helping us out a lot with all of our moves and stuff, coaching Dorito side. So that's kind of mentoring us what to do the whole game, and I hope that I can just keep building up and go play college.
Tristan from Brandon High School, right around the corner from Lakeland. And Tristan, talk to me about playing high school paintball. You're a freshman in high school, but what do you like about this sport in high school?
Well, it's different than regular paintball because you don't have as much paws on your back and stuff, but it helps you learn and shoot like gun skill wise, and it helps you improve as a player yourself.
Okay, so you've been able to check out the college guys over here competing in the National Collegiate Paintball Championships. Does that give you more motivation to work on your game now so that you can be really good when you get to the next level?
Yeah, they're always motivational, and I want to always play like them, so that as I watch them, I want to get better.
It does a lot for him. It helps him with his grades and making sure that he can stay active, of course, in sports and stay healthy. Also, it gives him motivation to be able to play, so it helps him, like I said, with his grades, making sure that he's doing what he's supposed to do in school to be able to play paintball. So, like he said before, it's like a family, so that they're always doing stuff, whether it's on the field or even off the field. They've grown to be a family, just a group of brothers that literally do everything together. Even off the field, they'll be fishing, they'll do whatever it is. They're just always together. So it's really nice to know that, you know, my kids not only have great friends on the field, but as well off the field that are going to influence them better.
It was great to see those high school players out here enjoying paintball and also looking up to some of the college players. Now, of course, there's also professional paintball. We've seen a few pro players playing for their colleges. Maddie, what is it like to be a professional player? I would say if anyone knows well, it's probably you.
Yeah, thanks, Laura. I'll tell you what, the lifestyle of a professional paintball player is an amazing experience. It's one of those once-in-a-lifetime experience things. I'm glad I did it. But let's get back to the action here on the field. All right, so here we go. On the bottom of your screen is Nebraska-Omaha, and on the top screen, look at this aggressive move by Long Beach all the way to the 50-yard line, and he is going to try to, and he does. He gets Brian Bortle. Brian Bortle just got chopped up trying to get into that yellow zone, but Phil Conk is still alive over here, just a little bit off screen. And there it is. Now you're looking at Zach Sherman coming over here on the Snake side, and then onto Long Beach's side, that's the center player. Looks like Jordan Tsai again, who is just rolling his gun, keeping Omaha from moving up on the Snake side of the field. Again, and paintball is a game of angles. It's really important, to know that a lot of times you're not necessarily shooting the guy that's directly in front of you. You're shooting those cross-field shots, Todd.
Yeah, and you really got to like the play of Long Beach, starting down a body but still going all the way to the A on the break. Brian Bortle, I'm not sure if he reacted to that play that he saw or if he was just looking to attack that tall temple on the Snake side, but Long Beach going to get a body back here.
Oh, my God, look at this. Zach Sherman trying to do damage. At least he gets the thorn in their side off the field. But it's still, though, I'll tell you what, man, there's only two players, so this is a tough call for Vicious right now. With just a minute remaining, Long Beach up 1 point. Score is 5-4, and Nagel needs to be real careful, and so does Bornstein. So Bornstein and Tregarth and everyone's running downfield and trying to take out Phil Conk, and they blow the buzzer.
Great move by Corey Bornstein to shoot Wingfield, come down, shoot Pike out of his bunker. Got chopped up by Phil, but that opened the door wide open for Tregarthen to come down along with Nagel.
Yeah,
and put the hammer on Phil Kank.
Yeah, Phil's been getting the hammer dropped on him a lot here, and the score is going to be 6-4 with 48 seconds left, which means craziness is about to ensue. Omaha is going to have to aggressively push up the field as fast as they physically possibly can. Let's check out a replay here. So you're looking, this is going to be Zach Sherman. Look at him cut this way, switch his hands. He's shooting left-handed now. Boom, takes down the center player for Long Beach before he gets taken out. And he had to do that to try to free up some of his players in order for them to make moves, but he just was not able to do it. with only 48 seconds left to go, they're going to have to aggressively push up the field and look for maybe potentially sending 2 players as soon as this point starts all the way to the 50-yard line off the break. The problem is, Todd, is that Long Beach knows what's coming.
Yeah, but I mean, I really believe that if anybody can put this together, it would be the University of Nebraska at Omaha. I think I would really put the emphasis on that Dorito side of the field.
Yeah, and here we go, and they're going to fight fire with fire as it looks like Long Beach sends a player up to the center as well, and it's Brian Bortle. You're looking at both teams as a player, but Brian Bortle catches one.
Oh, Tregarthen just shot Brian Bortle in the goggles on the run, but then took one himself. But that is going to be probably enough. Unless the rest of the Nebraska guys can get up the field. Here comes Phil Kank.
Phil
he
is
puts
just
one
running
down.
through. He's trying to get through as quick as possible, and he's going to get a major penalty. And and that's going to stop it. If you have a major penalty under 90 seconds of play, then it's an immediate point for the opposite team. So Cal State Long Beach looking like they are going to take the victory away from Nebraska-Omaha. And Todd, I don't think a lot of people saw this coming. They saw such a dominant performance from Nebraska at Omaha, and it's got to be frustrating if you're a Nebraska fan. However, if you're a Cal State Long Beach fan, it's been a long time coming for these guys. Chris Tregarthen has been battling out. Let's check out this play here. So you're looking at this. Phil Kank juts from all the way from the outside, cuts to the inside, runs up directly center of the field, and he is just looking for bodies to shoot at this point, and he has to because he knows the time is running out, and if you're going to go out, that is the way you go out. So nice job by Phil. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough. Look at this, Tregarthen, super excited, and he should be because he played pretty much the whole weekend with a broken hand and still able to dominate on the snake side of the field for the 49ers, man. Todd, such an impressive performance by those guys.
Yeah, I mean, they got a lot of big contributions. Moy was really solid for them. Schutz stepping up and really playing good in the middle for these guys. I mean, Nagel, he brought some points for them out. Just great team effort. Everybody kind of expected it from Nebraska-Omaha, but Long Beach State, it was really just a question of which team was going to show up. We knew they had the talent, but, here they came, and, it looks like they're going to take it home with 14 seconds left.
Yeah, so I'm wondering what's going to happen. Is a blaze of glory about to go down? Is Nebraska just going to go crazy with this here? I mean, we could see a pretty brutal 14 seconds of paintball, and we're going to find out there. Look at this breakout, Nebraska, bottom portion of your screen, and looks like going to be our champions this year in 2012 at the top of your screen, Long Beach State. And here comes Nebraska. They send Richards, the rookie, all the way past the 50-yard line. He made it pretty far, and regulation expires. So congratulations to the Cal State University Long Beach 49ers handling business. And our final score is going to be 7-4. What an amazing, that was just such an awesome game. Nobody, I think, really expected this, but we really can't say enough about Long Beach, Todd.
No, they came out to play. They knew they had it in them. They just had to come out and execute.
Yeah, again, so great job by all those players. We're going to go to a quick break, but we will be right back with the trophy presentation, so do not go anywhere. You've been watching the National Collegiate Paintball Championships, brought to you by our sponsors, Dye, the choice of champions, and Empire. Win, no excuses. All right, so we are back here, the NCPA Paintball Championships on Fox College Sports, and just a couple more final thoughts about the Long Beach 49ers, man. Corey Bornstein, he stepped it up. You know, he plays professional paintball on a team from California called Excessive, and he was just so dominant on that Dorito side. Chris Tregarthen playing with a broken hand. Chris was such a leader for that team. He's, you know, those guys are doing laps around the field to get warmed up in the morning, and the kid played an entire weekend with a broken hand, Tom. Very impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he was just, you know, the true meaning of determination this weekend.
All right, so it looks like we have Laura McKeeman down on the field with the winning team, Cal State Long Beach 49ers. Laura, how are they feeling?
Hey, guys, this is the place to be among lots of winners. Chris, I'm going to start with you. This is certainly a situation that we knew was going to be tough for you guys. You come out, you fight hard. How does it feel to be a national champion?
It tickles all over. It's a great feeling. But, yeah, you know, we did put a lot of effort, and we did work as a unit, and it's so joyful to celebrate it with, like, some of my favorite friends in the world. So we, throughout the thick and thin, we continually, relentlessly focused on encouraging each other, and I know that's what helped us at the end. And, yeah, it's one of the funnest events I've ever played in my life. And I'm looking forward to the starting grad school to come back. So
Corey, okay, you've been such a leader for this team. How does it feel now? And also knowing that you've got such great contributions from everybody. All these guys, give them some credit.
All these guys. I mean, we have a huge team. As you can see, we have almost 100 people here. I mean, our president, he does the most work. Little do you guys know, but behind the scenes, this guy does a lot. I mean, we have a lot of people to thank. Our whole pit crew to start. People like Catfish helping us out, giving us advice, helping us in the pit. I mean, we have a lot of people. It's not just the 5 guys out there. It's a lot more than just those guys on the team. It's the pit. It's everyone. We put in a lot of work, and it pays off, obviously.
A collective effort, and let's get a collective cheer for you guys. Congratulations. Maddie, back to you.
Thanks, Laura. So, absolutely, congratulations to the 49ers as they beat the favorites here at University of Nebraska-Omaha, the Mavericks. You know, they had played so well the entire event, and then they got stopped, got a little bit of their own medicine, Todd. It was just such an amazing performance.
Yeah, I was so happy to see the Long Beach guys come out, play their game, and you know, take home the trophy.
Absolutely. So that is going to do it here from Lakeland, Florida, the 2012 NCPA Paintball Championships on Fox College Sports. And I'm Matty Marshall on behalf of Todd Martinez, Chris Lasoya, Laura McKeeman, and our entire broadcast crew. We will see you next year.
We've just done a lot to make the loader smaller, lighter, tighter, simpler, more reliable, more consistent, just a better product in almost every single way. It is the lightest force-feed loader of its type on the market. It's also now, with this smaller body profile, the smallest force-feed loader on the market. Everything's taken care of automatically by the sensors in the loader. Put it on your gun, play paintball.